Good morning, guys. Second video of the day. This one is going to be a macro view of my current Bitcoin count. A lot of you guys might think I'm fucking insane once I actually get into this count because it's pretty explosive. And from a long-term standpoint, it takes us over $1 million per coin. So it's kind of hard to fathom and believe. But that's what the chart's showing me. That's what I'm looking at. So, I'm going to go with it until it's invalidated. And again, this is a macro view of the entire 5-wave structure that I see Bitcoin currently in from a super cycle standpoint. Which is what Elliott wave is. You got super cycles, primary cycles, all sorts of different type cycles from a time frame level. The super cycle, according to Ralph Nelson Elliott, is the the old ultra mega highest time frame cycle that there is. So this is my view on it. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't get paid in the real world by clients to do this analysis. I'm self-taught. This analysis comes from a lot of pain in learning the markets and losing a shit ton of fucking money and making a shit ton of fucking money. So keep that in mind. I'm doing these videos to try to help you guys and educate you in any possible way that I can. I wish that there was a resource that I like this when I was learning. So if I can provide any kind of help to anybody, I feel like that is it's very fulfilling for me personally. So hopefully this helps somebody. Let me get into the Bitcoin here. Oh, by the way, if you guys like the channel, subscribe to it, hit the notifications button, and you'll be notified with all the videos that I update. And then, of course, like the video, comment, give me your guys' feedback. I'd appreciate it. All right, let's dive in here, guys. So we are going to go ahead and start this video on a weekly high time frame. So this is the entire history of the Bitcoin chart. And I'm going to walk through it real quick, step by step. So I have got this first impulsive wave up one here as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then your 2013 to 2014, 15 bear market as your 2. And then I've got this entire leg up here as a 1. And then a 2 down here for the most recent bear market. And then we're starting again our 1, 2, 3, which is where we are currently, 4, 5, which will be our next stop, in my opinion, at $277,000 before our next longer bear market, which actually that level there will be a micro 3, the little 3 of a macro 3, which is the white 3, which is your super cycle third wave. So if you don't know anything about Elliott wave, third waves are typically the most explosive and largest waves in lieu of 1 and 5. So basically what I've got 1, 2, and then the start of your 3 leg, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here, I'll make this real quick. I'll put a line structure on it so you guys can see it better. So you got your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. So again, we just started this. We're in the middle of this leg here, this micro 3 of your macro 3. So you've got your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. in green, making your micro 3, which I anticipate that hitting $277,000, around that number this cycle, this bull market. I don't know when that's going to be. It could be, April, May, June. Bitcoin moves so explosively. I mean, shit, it could be in January at this point. I'm tending to fall in the opinion that this cycle is going to last longer than most people think. Markets usually do that. They don't do what the crowd usually thinks it's going to do. I think what it's going to do is fuck a whole lot of people. You've got Plan B out there with his S2F model. And I ultimately think his model is going to be validated, but I think it's going to fuck a lot of people in thinking that it's invalidated because it doesn't exactly hit his time frames that he thinks it's going to hit. And then eventually it's going to explode up and prove his theory or his analysis, for the most part, validated. That's my opinion. All right, so let's dig in. Yeah, well, shit, I guess. So then you got your bear market here, 4, which could take us into 2023, 2024, and then you'll have your final leg up as a 5, which I think will take us to around 1.5 million, depending on where we bottom here. I'm getting this target based on my fib levels. As we have discussed in the past, you take your bottom of your 2 up to your top of your 3. Now, obviously, this is all projected. And assuming that we retrace, down to 50.5 to 618, which is, basically somewhere in here. And then to determine where your 5 leg is going to go of your macro 3, I've got it down, nope. I've got it going down there, which was at 618. And then your final leg up of your micro 5 to complete your macro 3 wave, I've got it at 1618, which is what I like to target conservatively for fifth waves, which takes us to about $1.5 million. And that would be the end of your macro 3, 1, 2, 3. So this is probably going to be an extended bear market here. And if you look at your fibs, the same way we just did with this 3 wave here, you're going to have, it's hard to believe that we can go from 1.5 million all the way back down to below this leg here. I wouldn't think that's going to happen, but I would imagine you're going to have a fairly significant retrace, maybe down to around 1 million or so, which is, the 236 level. So that's just a rough guess. And then your macro 5 is going to take you up to 5.6 million. Yeah, that's what I said. You heard me right. $5.6 million per Bitcoin. Fucking insane. It's hard to believe, but that's what I'm seeing. So let's dive in on on a micro time frame here. To kind of look at how I'm seeing this current structure. Let's remove these lines as to not cause any confusion. All right. So here we are. So this was my micro 2, the bottom of my micro 2 heading to your micro 3. of your macro 3, which is what we just talked about on the higher time frame. So this is the start of this current run. So you've got your 1, which was, if you guys were around back then, that explosive mini parabola as your 1 that ended in your COVID dump here as your 2. And then this most recent run up here to the old all-time high of 64,700 bucks. That was the 3. And then I am viewing this 4 as a complex correction right now, which is actually a 333 complex corrective wave, which is a WXYXZ. And we are actually just, in my opinion, about ready to start our wave 5 of our wave 1, which will make the top of our wave 1 for this next leg, this next 5-wave structure up to complete our micro 3 of our macro 3 at $277,000, which will then take us into, in my opinion, our next bear market. So that looks something like this. So I've got the start of your 1, 2, 3, your corrective wave A, B, C down here. I see this kind of as a 1, 2, possibly a 3, 4, 5. This could be here. 1, 2. This is possible that that's completed. Shoot. Or it's also possible, which I think this is kind of more likely. This is a 1, 2. This is actually your 3. This is going to be your 4. And then you've got one more little leg down to about 54,000 to 49,000, 49 to 54,000 ish, I believe, will be our last and final 5-wave down, creating our C. And then from there, as you can see, we rocket up to about 80,000 for our micro 5 of our 1 leg up. And again, how I got this target here at 0.618, we've already tagged the 0.5 fib level, is you take from the bottom of 2 up to the top of 3, and then you've got your 618 retracement level and your 0.5 retracement level. So I believe we'll tag the 618 around 54,000 is what I'm seeing currently. Now, there are a lot of people that are saying 53K, so it would make sense that we would reverse, and a lot of people would front run 53K, and it would reverse around 54-ish. So that's what I'm seeing. And then we got a leg up here to 80,000, and then we'll have a retracement down to around 61,000 as a corrective wave 2. And then we will be on a rocket ship up to our wave 3, around $197,000. And then we will probably have a fairly vicious correction there, which will scare the living fuck out of a lot of people, which could go all the way down anywhere from 123,000 all the way down to 96,000. So if you can imagine seeing your Bitcoin go from basically 200,000 all the way down to 124 to $100,000, a lot of people would absolutely shit themselves. And you would have a lot of fucking retail people that bought up here at this top and will more than likely end up selling down here and, lose 50% of their money, unfortunately. And then we'll rocket back up. And then those same people will probably end up buying the top again at 277,000, thinking that it's going to go straight to $1 million. And then we have a nasty bear market, you know, taking us back down anywhere. Let's put our bibs on it and see. So bottom of 2 up to top of 3, anywhere from 50,000 all the way down to, you know, 30,000 or so. And those people that bought up there will lose a shit ton of money again. So that's kind of what I see, guys, for this cycle, 277,000, and then a you know, a 2 or 2.5 year bear market until we bottom anywhere from $50,000 to $30,000 roughly, and then rocket back up for our 5th and final wave to 1.5 million, and then a mini bear market. Actually, no, that's not going to be a mini bear market. That'll be another bear. And then ending the super cycle Elliott wave wise at around 5.1 million. So sounds pie in the sky, sounds absolutely fucking insane, but it's possible. That's what I see according to the chart. Hopefully it happens. It'd be fucking great for all of us, as long as you don't shit yourself and lose a bunch of money. See you guys later.